boxing fans, welcome to another edition of Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. Let's get to work. Okay, this match, Friday Night Fights, the match I want to talk about first was Joel Casamayor versus Lamont Pearson. Casamayor came out, first round, he lost to Pearson, but after that he took over, and I had him winning every round after the first round. He didn't look the best he's looked. He looked like he was, looked like Pearson was in survival mode the whole night, and Casamayor did what he could with him, and I don't think you can hold it too much against him. He's 34 years old. He's showing his age some in that fight, but I think he still has what it takes to become the best lightweight once again in that division, especially since I don't feel that he's ever lost a match. Now, Diego Corrales claims he doesn't want to fight Casamayor yet. He doesn't want to fight anyone of any substance, apparently. He already ducked out against Castillo because of a little weight, which, again, a real fighter wouldn't do that. A real fighter would have fought anyhow, and a real fighter would give Joel Casamayor a rematch, especially since Casamayor gave him a rematch first, and Casamayor knocked him down in that rematch. Casamayor is 3-1 on knockdowns against Corrales, and yeah, Corrales doesn't want to get in there again because he knows he'll get knocked out. And that's pretty much Corrales. You're a coward. You are not this great warrior everyone calls you. Yeah, in the ring, you fight. You get up. I will give you that. But outside the ring, getting these matches made, you're just a little bitch. That's the truth. You won't make these matches. Why are you so scared of Joel Casamayor? Why are you so scared of Castillo? Well, I guess we know why you're scared of Castillo, seeing how he knocked you out in 4 rounds. That being said, he knocked you out in 4 rounds. Who are you to call any shots whatsoever? You say, bring me a belt or something to Casamayor. How about bring Casamayor a victory for a change? You're not a champion. Who are you kidding? You lost your last match. You're not a champion. You're a chump. You wouldn't even fight him in the match that was supposed to be made a few weeks ago. Instead, we had to sit through Victor Jarchinian because you didn't want to fight. So, whenever you get ready to fight someone for real, come back to us. Until then, just shut the fuck up. Moving right along, we also had Julio Cesar Garcia, the young up-and-comer we talked about on our last show. This kid looked good. He looked impressive. It was a setup match, someone for him to just beat up on, and he did what he was supposed to do. He came out and beat Grover Wiley, who was the man that who had gotten a win over Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez broke his hand in the fight, and that's why it was really stopped. That's why Grover Wiley really got a win over him, but nonetheless, doesn't matter. Garcia, he came out and he just punished his man. I look forward to seeing him again. He went up from 140 to about 151, they had said. So he jumped a couple weight classes. Probably, like the announcers were saying, I would have to agree. His body's just growing. He's 19. He just had a growth spurt, probably. And I'd like to see what he does from here. He's got, close to 40 fights under him now? I'll like to see what he does. I don't think there's any need to rush him. He can still fight the Grover Wileys of the world for a little while. Get him some U.S. TV exposure. Get him used to being in these big crowds. And then, 10, 15 fights or so. He probably doesn't even need that many, truthfully. 5, 6 more fights, he might be ready to make a significant step up. But I don't think there's any need to rush him. He started when he was 14 years old. So this is basically his amateurs, sort of, except he's getting paid for it, so good for him. And, I look forward to seeing him some more. Also on the undercard was John Jackson, who looked impressive. They said he was trained by Manny Stewart, and so I guess he was from Croc Gym, although he's no longer with Manny Stewart, don't know why. Maybe Stewart just had too much on his plate, but for whatever reason he's not with him anymore. But he did look impressive, and I look forward to seeing John Jackson again. Okay, other fights that happened this weekend, just guys I'm going to mention right now. Raul Marquez, you may or may not have remembered him. He fought Fernando Vargas. He's always been a decent fighter. Decent, just below the top level fighter. He's a guy that'll, just sort of a gatekeeper, I guess you could call him. Could classify him as a gatekeeper or something. Good fighter. He came out and he won 5th round KO. It wasn't on TV, but I wouldn't mind seeing him. He'd make a good opponent for someone in the 154-pound division. He could fight someone like maybe Umar, maybe Corey Spinks or someone if they need a tune-up. And I mean, it wouldn't be just a tune-up. It'd be he's a good opponent. So he could really give them a run, really make it a fight, make them have to step up. So, good luck on that, Raul Marquez. Also, Daniel Santos fought. He won a first-round knockout. It was just a tune-up against some bum. Way to go. He's someone else that could fight someone like Corey Spinks or someone, or Kasim Umo. If Roman Karmazan wants to get back on the horse, he could fight him, hopefully off TV. But, yeah, he's someone out there that could be a good fight for someone. Also fighting this weekend, Joe Spina. He spanked Jay Pina, so good job on that. Joe Spina was the guy, if you don't remember, he beat the former Contender star, Jesse Brinkley. And I'm glad he did, because I didn't like Jesse Brinkley. So I'm glad he knocked him out, stopped him in the 11th round, but this guy, Jay Pina, he stopped in the 4th round, and he's undefeated. He's someone that maybe could be a good fight coming up. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Spina. don't really know what to expect from him. He fights at super middleweight. I don't think he really has a lot of upside potential. I think the division's just too good for someone like Spino. We'll have to see. Time will tell. Speaking of super middleweights, there's something coming up that Showtime is putting on. It's going to be a super middleweight tournament. And this super middleweight tournament, you would expect, since it is such a division right now that's got a lot of prospect, it's on the verge of becoming a real hotbed in boxing. And they don't really have anyone in this tournament. They have one person worth watching in this tournament that I see, and that man is Henry Buchanan. Buchanan is the only guy in the tournament that I think really amounts to anything, and I'm pretty sure he's going to win this whole thing. I'm absolutely sure he's going to win this whole thing. I don't see him losing unless he gets an injury or something and has to pull out of the tournament. I don't really see him losing this. There's no one out there that I've seen. Maybe we'll see some people come in from this tournament. We'll just have to watch and find out. But that'll be starting in the next few weeks, and looking forward to it. So, that's about it for now. I'm your host, Don Omega. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to check out our mailbag. You can email us, send in questions at boxingforreal@gmail.com. Again, that's boxingforreal@gmail.com. So, stay tuned. We'll be back with some more stuff later.